Hey everybody, welcome to Front Row Esports Pit Party episode number 11. Tonight we're talking Darlington. We got, of course, our panel of drivers here tonight, Mr. Carl Lindstrom, Chris Carroll, Tom Freitas, and our spotlight driver tonight, Mr. Larry Bell, and our host for the session tonight, Tanner Marr. How's it going, Tanner?
It is going good. We can't complain, right? Another day to be alive. Feel like it's been a kind of a trend as of late on Friday nights. Not excited about tonight's race. Not excited about the track. Always excited about the race, but Darlington, right?
You don't like the track?
Oh man, you just fill it up, turn it into a sewage plant, do whatever you want to do with it. Let's not race at it, whatever. Just a tough track, right? But I am excited to be here tonight. This is our final points paying race before we take a little bit of a hiatus break.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got on tap here tonight. Tom, I'm going to throw it just straight over to you. You're a weird, quirky guy, right? I'm sure I'm going to ask you this. You're going to be like, oh, I love it. Darlington, give me your thoughts on it.
The track hates me, and I don't enjoy it much either. So I shouldn't say I don't enjoy it, right? If, I get new rhythm and I get the car feeling good there, it's not a bad track to run, but just I've never had much success there. I don't know what it is. Just never been my cup of tea as far as the racetrack goes.
Right. I understand that. We'll throw it over to Mr. Lindstrom, who I know is currently turning practice laps right now. Carl, what about you, buddy? Just say you. Darlington.
No, this track's tough. I don't mind running it, but it's kind of reminds me a little bit of Dover. It's kind of got that one line. The corners are tight, so if you're running side by side, it can be sketchy for a few laps. So I thought we'd have more wrecks at Dover, so maybe people will be cautious here at Darlington, and we'll have a similar outcome and go almost caution free. But I hope that's the case. I don't think that'll be the case.
Me and Sam actually called the Truck Series race last night, just kind of on a whim, and I'll be surprised if they went the first 50 laps of an 80-lap race was a green flag run, and I was pleasantly surprised by that, right? We've always said, especially over in the short track side of things, Chris Carroll can attest to this, the tracks where drivers are most uncomfortable at, those are normally the cleanest races, right? Because you don't have people diving it in there and that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. Chris Carroll, I name dropped you, so let's go over to you. You don't have a camera turned on. Thank God, by the way, Mr. Big Ugly here. Chris Carroll, give me your thoughts on Darlington.
Well, I've seen some things on camera I didn't want to see today, but
goodness gracious.
I think there's only. I think here, if we don't have a ton of give and take, when you run up on a guy, just let him go and be smart out there. I think there'll be a lot of cautions on restarts. I think once everybody gets spread out, I think we'll get a big, long run or a couple of them. And hopefully, the guys out there realize that it's really, really tight and, give some space and give some spots and live to fight another day.
I like that response because we were watching it in a truck series. I know Stephen T. Johnson, he did it a few times last night. He would just give way to other drivers, right? You could just tell they would be side by side right before they get to the corner, right? Going down the back stretch or the front stretch, and when they get to the breaking point, well before it, Stephen T's already out of the throttle, right, letting people by. Mike Wood did it. A lot of drivers did it last night, but we did catch those two on broadcast doing it often, right?
Smart ones will, Tanner.
Well, I think he finished up in the top 5. So, or no, he may have been in a wreck late in the race. But speaking of the race we did last night, I know I'm kind of skipping around here. Mr. Kel Butler was the big winner last night in the Truck Series. Look at him wearing his chain right here. Him and Tom got a championship chains, we'll call it, from winning. Looks like Kel won the Truck Series.
Well, that's 2 years ago. So.
Or 2 years ago for Front Row. Yep.
So 2 years ago, old Kelly Bootler won the 2021 Truck Series, and Toilet Bowl over here, it says Xfinity Series on it, but I think it was just like they gave it to him for participating. But that's just me. Tom, let's go into some track facts before we get it over to our driver spotlight, Larry Bell. Give me some facts for tonight here as we head into Darlington Raceway.
Yeah, so again, like Tanner said, Darlington Raceway, the lady in black, the track too tough to tame. Broke ground in 1949, 74 years ago. The track opened in 1950. This track is 73 years old.
And it drives like it, folks.
It does. I mean, you figure 1953 when the track kind of got its second configuration. It's the configuration we run now. So it's had this same configuration for, I don't know, I can't do that math. Kel, you can do that math. Since 53 to 2023. That's 70 years, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
70 years.
Sounds close.
Tanner's shaking his head. We'll go with that.
Sounds close.
But yes. So it is, one of the most unique tracks we run on. And, and if anybody doesn't know the story, the reason it's shaped like an egg is because they had to make turns 3 and 4 tighter to avoid it was a lake, wasn't it? The lake
was like
they had to go around.
The minnow
guy's
pond.
Minnow pond. It was a minnow
Yeah.
pond.
Is that why Tanner Marr's head is shaped like an egg? Is that similar?
I think, yeah, probably the same concept.
He's so stupid. He's so dumb.
Sorry, I didn't mean
So,
to interrupt. Go ahead.
I mean, it's probably true though. So, a couple of quick questions here for these boys. So we went over some of them, but for the people at home watching, if you want to guess, who has the most wins at Darlington? See if anybody remembers.
David Pearson.
Remember? David Pearson? Okay, Tanner, good job. You remembered.
I told you I would remember one of them. I heard y'all. I would be listening to one.
You'll remember one.
Yep.
Okay, who has the most poles at Darlington with 12?
I remember this one too.
Nope, we didn't cover this one.
Oh. I don't remember this one then. 12 poles.
Yep, 12 poles.
I'm gonna say the King.
Richard Petty.
The King, Richard Petty.
Negative. Nope.
Senior.
DW.
Nope.
Is it
No.
from the Alabama game?
Oh, good guess.
Maybe.
Bobby Allison.
Nope.
Davey.
Yep.
Really?
Wow.
Well,
He didn't have a long career. That's very, very impressive, dude. 12
Yeah.
poles.
Somewhere Brian Zimmerman is grinning.
For sure.
yeah.
For sure.
So, and who has the best average finish with 5.2 at the Lady in Black?
Jimmy Johnson.
Jimmy Johnson.
Nope.
Harvick.
It's not one I think you're gonna guess because it threw me for a loop as well.
Harvick.
He's current Richard Petty driver.
Eric Jones. He's won there twice. Yeah. Okay.
Eric Jones. Yep.
Those,
Wow.
those 2 wins helped him out.
100%. I think Darlington suits him. He always seems to do really well there.
He does. He does. No matter what car or team.
And so on the original oval, another quick little tidbit here. 1952, the Southern 500, the average lap time was a 50.819, almost a minute lap time.
And I
right?
promise you, back then, them boys thought they were flying.
In
As
an
Mark's calling me
Oldsmobile-
right now on
Yep.
while I'm live. Thanks, Mark.
Of course. Good job. Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it. In an Oldsmobile Rocket 88.
Got the name
Imagine
Rocket
that.
in it and had to be fast.
I mean, yeah, back then that guardrail, you hit that guardrail, go over that guardrail. Ooh,
Kel
boy.
brought that up before we went live, right? It used to just be a everyday run of the mill street
Arm
guardrail.
Yep.
Any
Just
more
crazy to
facts?
think about it. That's about it. That's about the gist of Darlington there.
Right on, right on. So, not excited about tonight. And even with those track facts, I'm still not excited about tonight. I'll be honest. It's just one of those tracks, right? Just one of those tracks. One thing I am excited about, though, is to we're going to skip around here. We're going to find out. It's not even really skipping around. Let's pull up this thingy right here. Oh, driver spotlight. And it's all about one guy here tonight. He does not speak much, but when he speaks, you know it. And very, very deep voice, too, so you better listen. Mr. Larry Bell, or as I like to call him, Belsky, how you doing tonight, buddy?
Doing not too bad. How's everybody else doing tonight?
I'm doing
Better
good.
now that you're here, boss.
Hey, so
Thanks, pal.
peek behind the curtain here. Bell really didn't want to come on, and I was like, Belsky, you got to. It's an order. I'm not taking no for an answer. And he said, no, I'll watch. And I was like, no, yeah, you'll watch. You'll watch as we're going live, right? And lo and behold, we're here. Super excited to have you here, Bell. Talk to me about your Friday Night Next Gen Series season so far. Similar to mine, I know, because we're really close in the points. Talk to me about your season thus far.
Yeah, I mean, I've been struggling a little bit, but yeah, it's just racing.
I don't think it's
Oh.
necessarily struggling as much. When we get to finish, we finish pretty good, right? It's just
Yeah.
getting to the spot of getting to
That
finish.
checkered flag
Right.
has been a struggle.
Right. I agree with myself in my season so far.
Mind you, I mean, there has been a few high points, but
Right.
overall, I would say.
I normally have stats and everything printed out for us to look over here, but I'll be honest, we were crunched for time. We were here watching flow racing. We just got sidetracked. But Larry Bell, off track stuff. Let's talk about real life stuff. You are a little bit older guy, right? How long have you been sim racing here? And this is going to reveal your age probably, so beware.
Well, to be honest with you, the first sim I bought was NASCAR 1999. I think it was called or something like that.
Okay.
So, and I started out with a wheel that it had little like wings on the bottom of it. You stuck it underneath your legs and drove like that. There was no table clamps or nothing. And
I used to have one of those.
I've
I had
been,
one of those for PlayStation.
You are
Been
so
going.
ancient.
been going on and off since then.
That is awesome. So how long have you been on iRacing, Belsey?
Since I think 2018.
So you haven't.
Finally decided to check it out.
I was just like, you haven't been on that long, but 5 years. I mean, it's crazy. 2018 was 5 years ago, by the way. Because I was like, man, so you ain't been on that long. And I looked down at my calendar and it's 2023, right? Where does life go? What kind of equipment are you racing with, Bell? I saw you actually ask a question on a Facebook group, and you were asking about pedals, correct?
Yes, sir.
Well, you got about 6 dudes in here that have sim raced for a while. Why don't you? What pedals was it you were thinking about getting or comparing between?
I was just curious what guys thought were better between an old, like, I have a set of Club Sport V1 pedals.
Okay.
And I was just wondering what the comparison to the CSL Elite pedals, if you got them with the real load cell brake.
Does anybody in here use CSL Elites?
Nope. I use Moza. I think
I got the
Kel runs Sim Magic, right?
Hey,
No, they're
I
Mecca.
have the V3s.
Okay.
The online consensus is that the CSL Elites are better because it's got a better load cell.
Just for the brake, right?
Original Club Sport.
So with your
Which
club,
makes sense.
with your club sports belt, do they have? Is that one? Is it just gas brake or is it gas brake clutch?
Yeah, it's a 3-pedal set.
Okay. So I mean, that's a
But there's unlike the V3s, there's like no tuning to them at all.
Right.
You just plug them in and go, basically.
plug and play. Well, sometimes that's a better thing, right? Because although my V3s were pretty easy set up, my wheel was not. I mean, and if I have a Windows update or something that will revert my settings, I'm lost because it takes a good 3 or 4 races before I get it dialed back in, right? I have taken a screenshot now, though, so like I know what it needs to be set on. I finally got smart after the 4th time of having to do it, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
Let's see. What do we have next? Oh, Tommy Bahama, Toilet Bow. What's next on the list here? What kind of wheel you race with, Bill? First off.
G29.
So you're still rocking old school, right? What wheel do you use, Carol? G29 as well, right?
Yeah, we got the same stuff pretty much, except my pedals are a little different.
Right. What about you, Butler? What are you racing on? Sim Magic?
Sim Experience, AccuForce.
AccuForce. Tom, you're on Moza, right?
Moza pedals and a G29 wheel.
Oh, I thought you got a Moza wheel also.
Still have not got the Moza wheel. That's going to be ordered probably tonight, actually.
Oh, big money, huh? Can't hide money, folks. Carl
Nope.
Lindstrom, I've always wanted to ask you, what are you running with over there, buddy?
I have the Fanatec's Club Sport setup for the Xbox, so it's the V2.5, I think.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
I know what
Nice.
you're talking about. Right on.
Yeah.
Anybody else in here?
Tanner, what are you running on?
I got the V3s like y'all, and then I have the DD1 direct drive.
Nice.
There you go.
I thought it was nice, but Emily did not think it was nice when I ordered it. I'll be honest.
Funny how that goes.
Yeah. She was
Right,
like,
right.
she thought that was everything included, right? Like everything, not just
Not just the base.
right. And she still even thought that was a little expensive, right? And when the box came, she helped me put it together, and she's like, "Where's the pedals? Where's the wheel at?" 'Cause my wheel didn't come at first, and I was like, "Oh, about that."
So did you have to sleep on the couch for a
And
week after that? Or?
we talked about that. I'm fortunate. I've never had to sleep on the couch, not one time, right? So knock on some serious wood for that, because I
That
probably
woman,
just jinxed myself.
She deserves
Yeah.
a medal, a parade, a day of her own, Tanner. I
Yes,
mean,
yes.
let's be honest here.
She's a saint. She is a saint.
Yeah.
She puts up with me.
It's always easy to say sorry. Than
It
to
is
ask
absolutely,
True.
absolutely.
True.
Although I
Yeah.
did ask her for a wheel, but I didn't. We didn't go into the extent of it after that, right? Just a wheel. I was like, I'm just gonna order this. Is that cool with you? Yeah, it's cool. Thanks. And then it got a little deeper after that. Well, folks, it is now time for what is by far my favorite segment, when I try to stump these drivers with Who's That Driver, NASCAR edition. It seems like everybody really likes this one at home. I know I've talked to Wildman about it some. He's sitting there screaming the answers and comments, and we had it on high latency before, normal latency. Hopefully now comments should be coming in, boom, right whenever you...
I can see comments.
Soon as they put them, as soon as you type them in, they should be there. And before we even do that, if you're sitting here watching this right now, hit that thumbs up button. It helps out a ton. Share us on your Facebook. I know it sounds goofy sharing sim racing stuff on Facebook, but I have to do it all the time for stuff I'm doing, and it really helps. Like it spiderweb effects it out. Somebody that you're friends with may not even know we're a thing, right? But they may want to watch after they find out. So take care of us in that aspect. Thumbs it up. I want to see the thumbs up button just start lighting up real quick, because it is greatly, greatly appreciated. But for now, let me pull my phone out. I have yet to stump y'all with a driver. There's been a few where y'all have had to think a little bit, but for the most part, y'all have been pretty good with this, and I'll be honest, I'm expecting the same, because we got Carl and Toilet Bow in here. All right, this driver won only one Daytona 500 and drove a car with the number 2 on the side of it at one point.
Taylor.
Wood Brothers car.
Number 2.
Oh, no, you're right. Yep.
Dale Earnhardt. This driver also won 70-plus races. Dale Earnhardt is the answer. Good job, old Christopher Carroll. All right, driver number 2. This driver had sadly a very short career that only lasted 8 years.
Davey.
This driver won 13 races in his Cup Series career.
Brian Vickers.
This driver drove number 25 for Hendrick Motorsports, but it's not Brian Vickers.
Ken Schrader. No, Schrader had a long career. What am I doing?
In Richmond.
Tim Richmond, Larry Belsky.
Okay,
There we
nice.
go. That's a good one. I thought that would be a little bit of a stretch, because the 25, I knew Brian Vickers would come up, and that's funny because didn't Vickers drive the 25 car, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
I thought he did. As my light just burned out, it's legit dark in here. That's cool. At least I got this
Oh, we
light.
can still see you.
I got this light from me. My bedroom light literally just went out. That's kind of freaky. Okay,
I don't know
that
that.
may be an omen right there. Okay, all right. Driver number 3. This driver drove for Richard Petty Motorsports and a few other race teams, one including Ray Evernham Motorsports. See if I can get this a little bit
Casey
brighter.
King.
While y'all guess.
That was my guess too.
This driver has been sponsored by Dodge, Budweiser, and Mountain Dew. What'd you say, Carol? Say it again for me.
Casey Kane.
Casey King.
You are correct, sir. Casey Kane. So these have not been very hard, huh? I'm trying to get this light a little bit brighter for you. Alrighty. Number 4 driver. This driver has 2 race wins in his career, both of them at Watkins Glen. This driver has over 25 wins in other racing series outside of
Marcus Ambrose.
Yeah, Marcus Ambrose.
Or said.
Marcus Ambrose.
Okay.
The other hints for him was this driver drove for Richard Petty Motorsports / Petty Enterprise, and this driver's from Australia, Marcus Ambrose.
No, Australia would have given it away.
Yep, that's why it's the last one. All right, this is the final driver here, and y'all are going to get this one. So thank you, Carol. Appreciate it. This driver has 7, I repeat, 7 Cup Series victories. 7 Cup Series victories in his current NASCAR Cup Series racing career. This driver has replaced...
Byron.
Nope. This driver has replaced or subbed in for 2 Hall of Fame NASCAR drivers in his short, illustrious career. This one's so easy. I cannot believe you are thinking on it this hard.
His name.
This is
Alex
insane.
Bowman.
Boom.
Tyler Reddick.
Alex Bowman. Nope, because see, Alex Bowman replaced Junior at one point, right? He drove for Junior, and then, or he replaced Junior, and then replaced Jimmy Johnson.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, y'all don't make this no fun. Y'all got the who's that driver down pat. I guess I want to go in the weeds, like really, really deep. I thought Marcus Ambrose was, though, honestly. So kudos to y'all for getting that. That was Carroll and Bell. I heard that.
Yep.
What do we have next, Tom? I think it is now time for you to discuss what's happening next week. It's something that came up kind of quick, right? Out of the blue. I was shocked by it, but I'm excited by it. All-Star race, right?
Yeah, so we do have, well, before we get on to the All-Star race, one thing I want to touch on, and Carl can touch on this, was actually his idea.
Follow the script,
So,
Tom.
We're not following the script. We're
I'm just
jumping
playing.
around.
Keep going. You're good. Keep going.
So we're going to let Carl talk about the No Bull Cash event that'll be coming up when we come back to Daytona. So
Yeah, so I thought it would be pretty cool to get people out for the last race before we go into our break, and then get people maybe somewhat motivated to come back after the break to stick around. So I thought about doing a No Bull cash race. So the top 10 finishers of tonight's race will qualify for a chance at the No Bull race when we come back, which will be Daytona. So that'd be pretty cool. It's $100, and I figured rather than have $100 go pay out to the winner, which usually leads to an accident, I figured maybe we'd get the top 3 involved with the payout. And so it'll be a top 3 payout, or the payout will be to the top 3. It'll be $50 to who has the highest finish out of the contenders, and then the runner-up will get was it 30?
30 and 20, I think.
Oh yeah, 30, and then 20 to the third highest finisher. So, and then I was thinking, that might be kind of fun to do throughout the season. So I might try to sponsor a couple more of those once we get back from the break from our break. So.
Well, this is not even something we talked about, Carl or Tom, but I'm going to put the offer out there. True Sin Productions will match whatever Carl puts up, and we can pay out top 5.
Okay.
there we go.
Yeah, I
Okay.
appreciate that. That's cool. That's a
That's
motivator for everyone, right?
Yep.
So what are you putting? You're putting in 100?
Yeah, I put in
Well,
100.
True Sin
Yep.
Productions will match it. We'll make it 200. We can pay the top 5, whatever y'all want. I mean, it's up to y'all. How y'all
Yeah,
want to use it.
let's pay the top 5.
There
Yeah,
you
we'll
go.
leave that up to Tom to split it up
Yeah,
however he wants to do
the
it.
top
so.
5.
Right.
Yeah,
All
that'd
right.
be
So
very
there you
cool.
go. So the No Bull. It's so just to clarify, whoever finishes in the top 10 tonight, correct? They are
Yes.
eligible when we come back. We are taking a little bit of break, so this is going to entice people to stick around, right? And Tom, while I'm gonna put you on the spot right here.
Do it.
With this break, I was nervous we were going to lose people. I'll be honest. You know me. I'm a promoter at heart, right? So I started thinking, I was like, man, where's everybody going to go during 13 weeks? I think every 2-3 weeks, I think we do need to put on kind of a big race. Put $20 up, $30 up, something like that. I don't care to do something like that either. Just do it on Friday nights. Maybe put a poll out for a track. Whatever wins,
Correct.
we go there that night. And,
So that was kind of my plan, what you're talking about there, right? So we have
okay.
after this week, next Friday's our All-Star race, and we're going to have 12 weeks off, right?
Right.
So, and it's basically the way I explained it to everybody, it's 12 weeks off from points racing. So I can almost guarantee that every Friday night we're still going to have some kind of racing going on, whether it's cup cars or some figure 8 stuff or whatever.
It could either
Yeah.
be a next gen or something completely off the wall.
Correct. It's going to be, we're going to do some recruiting and whatnot, gets drivers, in for next season, and get some stuff ironed out for next season. But yeah, we're still going to be doing stuff. Going to be a lot of fun, and we'll be able to go out and race, have fun, and not have to worry about points. You know what I mean? So it'll be nice for a change.
Right. And now you said next week All-Star race, folks. That's going to be the next pit party and the last pit party for our break. It's going to be the biggest one yet. I promise you that. It'll probably be an hour-long show, so I need everybody to get in here quick as possible, at least 45 minutes, because I got a few things planned for that one. But All-Star event, Tom, it's going to Charlotte. Wish it was North Wilkesboro, but Charlotte, go on.
Yeah, so it's going to be Charlotte Motor Speedway. It's going to be a custom fix set in the next-gen car. So that way it comes down to just driver and talent, right? Whoever can handle the car the best. We're not going to worry about who was the best setup for that race.
So Larry Bell,
Pure talent.
me and you are screwed. Then it comes down to talent.
I hear that.
Jeez Louise. Who makes the All-Star race, Tom?
So right now, we're going to open it to everybody is eligible for the All-Star race. Okay. What it's going to come down to is we are only going to take the top 25 in qualifying.
Oh, okay. Okay, no provisionals from nobody.
No provisionals.
Larry Bell, I'll sit with you when we watch the race, buddy.
You bet.
So,
I've just
and
played.
qualifying format, it is going to be 3 laps with 4-tire pit stop. It's going to be open qualifying, so the qualifying will be on a live broadcast.
But you're doing single car qualifying, though.
Single car qualifying, yep.
Absolutely.
So drivers can watch each other qualify and see how they're getting down on the pit road. And again, with only going to take the top 25 cars in qualifying, you don't want to enter pit road too fast, get that black flag, because then your qualifying is basically over, right? So
this is going to be
crucial.
Headaches for the admins.
Tanner,
I'm loving this one.
you got it. Not speed. So good
Oh
luck with that.
yeah, y'all gonna have so many people yelling at y'all. I can hear it now. I love this.
Care.
I love it. I'm definitely getting a black flag. That sucks.
I'll tell everybody it was your idea.
No, it was not either. Your idea originally was to send them down pit road wide open, and you're lucky.
Yes.
Old Belsky spoke up to me, and he's like, "Wait, we got a problem here."
Yeah, that won't work. And it would have been a lot of fun for us.
That would have been awesome.
Right?
It would have been.
That would have been awesome.
With iRacing just being iRacing and not being able to do anything about a black flag there, it kind of ruins it, right?
Right.
But
I agree. It's still gonna be a cool event.
If we can figure out a way around it.
I've thought about it. I have sat and thought about it, and I can't think of a workaround, honestly.
No.
I really can't. Let me think of. So you sure you don't want to go to North Wilkesboro for it?
Remember the last North Wilkesboro event we did for the
I
All-Star race?
wasn't there. I had some other event going on. I remember. I didn't get to race in that one. I know.
It was
you
more
had a heart
cautions than
attack.
green flag.
I remember.
Yeah.
I think you had a heart attack like 4 days later.
I had a heart attack the next day, so
But it was the 87 too.
Oh, there you go, Carl.
Yeah.
Thank you. I truly think we should go to North Wilkesboro. I don't know, but that's just me. On the script, folks, for the people who don't know, I said let's pester Tom to change it to North Wilkesboro. So I'm just following the script, something Tom don't know how to do. All right, now let's go into. We went long. Guys are already out on track practicing right now. I don't even see rapid fire on here. Right here, let's go into
all down the bottom.
rapid fire here. I'm talking about OBS, you klutz.
Oh, that one.
Rapid fire, boys and girls. I'm gonna put. We're gonna put Belsky on the spot very first because he's been quiet. We're gonna make him speak this time. Bell, will there be one car left with a clean right side car when this race is over with tonight? Yes or no?
I gotta say no.
So what he is saying, folks, for the ones that don't know, Darlington, the Lady in Black track too tough to tame, and the track they're too cheap to pave it. Right? That's Darlington right there. What he means is Darlington stripe. You're going to be up on the wall all night, and he thinks every single car is going to float up and hit that outside wall. All it takes is one little mistake, and boom, you get in your night, Tom. Especially in these next gens, right? I mean, you can break some suspension components really quick here.
Well, and especially we just recently got a new damage model update for the next gen cars.
Oh, good grief!
So I was doing some practice earlier, and I scraped the roll, right? I didn't really smack it really hard, but I hit it
pretty good,
decent. It was still a 0x, right? An incident, so it wasn't a hard hit, but I broke a toe link.
There you go.
So,
you're looking at like 6-7 minutes on pit road right there, I believe, something like that. When you break the right front,
that's 7-8 minutes sitting in there getting it fixed. So
yeah, so that's something. You're going to watch. I'll be honest. I'm going to be the guy that's not riding up next to the wall. It's not going to be fast or right. Whoever dares to go up there and stay up there all race, they will be quicker, right? But
I mean, that's a problem at Darlington, right? Is you gotta run up there to be fast, but there's no margin for error when you're up there.
Zero margin for error. You are right. That's why I don't look to go up there unless I absolutely have to, right? And it's got to be late race scenario for me.
Yep.
Chris Carroll, you're going to be my next questionee. I think maybe that's what we'll call you, something like that.
I've been called worse there, Mar.
Over, under, counting the stage breaks. So that's going to be 2 manufactured in. We're going to have 11 cautions tonight, over or under? That's a lot. I mean, you hear 11, you're like, ooh, that's a lot. But then you think of the track, right? You're like, Darlington, like, I don't expect it to be that bad, but it has the recipe and the makings that it could be that bad because it is Darlington, right?
I'm gonna say way under.
Way under, huh? So give me a number.
Wow.
Give me a number, Carol.
6.
6. Is that with the 2 stage breaks? So 4.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Okay.
We're gonna go four natural cautions.
There's a good chance of that because, I mean, we watched it last night in the Truck Series race. Tom, how long is tonight's race? What's the race length and stages? Do you know yet?
We got 130 laps total. Stage 1 is going to end at lap 25, and stage 2 will end at lap 60.
And you said 120. How many laps?
130.
130 laps. Alrighty, we're gonna put Cale Butler, who's been quiet this time. We're gonna throw him up on camera. He's Mr. White today. Didn't have I thought it was gonna be red. I guess red, but it wasn't red. It's white.
No.
Alrighty, Cale Butler, over under. We will have at least 8 different race leaders tonight. Over or under?
Boy, that's a tough one. I'm gonna say over.
Over 8. How many how many different race leaders tonight? That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's
I'm gonna
not-
say
and
probably 10.
I'm not asking lead changes either. I'm asking how many
No.
drivers are actually going to lead a
Just
lap.
different leaders.
10? Okay. All right.
10.
If we have a long green flag run, you're there, right? Because of the way the pits will cycle and stuff like that. Absolutely. I can get down with that.
Can I interrupt you for a second,
Of
Tanner?
course you can, Tulip Bow. Let me
Good,
hear
'cause
it.
I'm gonna. I just want to give a shout out to Mr. Carl Lindstrom. That is an awesome looking throwback paint scheme you got on your race car.
Yeah, you like that?
I wish I, could.
I do.
I wish I could
Yeah.
see it.
Get on track. I'll share my
Alright.
screen. Maybe Tanner can bring it up.
Okay, let me get.
Now you're asking a lot, but we're going to try. We'll try to do this, Tulip Bow.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought I'd go old school, so I went back to a throwback to Junior Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to give a shout out to my painter, Mohawk Designs, put this together. He's my cousin, and anytime I want to do a throwback or any kind of paint schemes, he puts them together to me. He does a really good job. So,
Folks, I do apologize if I'm being
It's
a
good,
little,
man.
little quiet right now, but let's get this set up to where Tom, where you at least be able to see it a little bit, I hope. I'm on an
Yeah.
ultra wide, so it's hard for me to make 1080p look like
Ultra, is that like the racing chicken?
yeah. Alrighty, and another over under before we get over to that. Carl Lindstrom, we will have Cale thinks there's gonna be 10 different leaders tonight. I'm gonna say we'll have 14 lead changes, over or under.
14 lead changes. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go over.
Over. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I can dig it. Like I said, if we get a long green flag run Truck Series, it's very possible. And then Larry Belsky, first caution of the night, before or after lap number 10?
Before.
Before, when we're all bunched up, everybody's trying to get them spots for whatever reason. We got a long race to go. I have faith in that as well. I'm gonna be on board with before 10. Carl Lindstrom, before or after lap 10?
I'm gonna go back on what we've done in the past. Seems like we always get a early caution within like the first 7 laps. So I'm gonna go under.
All right. Toilet Bow,
Over.
what lap? I'm gonna put you on the spot. What lap?
Stage 1.
Alrighty. All right. Do you have Carl Lindstrom's paint scheme pulled up?
I do.
Let's
Yes,
see.
I
Let
do.
me go
He is
over to-
currently running around Darlington as
Let
we
me
speak.
go over to scene 2. Tom just got bigger. He got uglier, but folks, it's what it is. Let's go to his stream here. Let's see if this works or not. It ain't gonna work correctly, but if you could go to like a rear chase, far chase, and just pause it. Well, you can get a really good look at it here.
It's not a great shot here.
Trying to make it as big as I can for you folks, without it looking goofy. But Tom's tricking me. He's changing the camera on me.
Well, I'm trying to find
Come
a
on,
camera
Tulip
that's gonna
Bow.
work. Oh, look at that. We got two throwback schemes
I
on one
see
right
that.
there.
I see that. I forgot all about it, to be
Is
honest.
that Kel Butler? That is Kel Butler right there.
Well, let's go see it. Go rear chase on one of them.
So,
Can we get a
let's,
camera angle on them?
There you
Okay,
go.
Baby Ruth. Okay, is it Is
Yeah.
it Gordon's Baby Ruth? From
It's Bill Davis Racing, but Davey Ruth.
Yep.
There's a lot of guys that drove this car. Jeff Gordon's the only one that won in this car.
right. All right, get up there with Mr. Lindstrom. Let's see what Carl looks like. I didn't get to see it really yet. It's got the horsepower on the hood, old school
Yeah.
like, right?
Yep.
These gutless engines, like Christopher Bell called it, what to say, 115 horsepower on it.
It says 427, but I don't feel like it is. You know what I mean?
They definitely don't feel like it with that pedal. That's
Yeah.
pretty sick. I like that. So is that a throwback to something, Carl?
Yeah, it's throwback to Junior Johnson.
Okay.
I want to
alrighty.
think he ran that car in like early 60s.
All right, 10-4. Thomas, do you see any other throwbacks that we can showcase
I
before
am
we get to our
currently
picks?
looking. That is it.
That
of
is
the,
it. Also really
Drivers that are out on track.
really early
It's
in
early,
the
too.
session. Yeah, really,
Yep.
really early. All right, let's get it. No, not that one. Go to pit party. We'll get Ugly pulled back up here. All right, it is time for Tom's favorite time of the night. This is where he gets to talk about his buddy Buster. He always picks him, so we're going to see if he picks him tonight or not. Tom, your pick for Darlington Raceway tonight.
Well, I gotta say, I know this is one of Mike Wood's favorite tracks, and
He
he's
had to
done
say his
really
name.
well.
He
Got an
had
A
to.
open. I know he's got an A open win this week in 2 seconds, but I'm gonna go with Adam Thompson tonight.
You just made Chris Carroll mad. That was going to be his pick. They're secret lovers. They are
Yeah,
secret
I know.
Don't
lovers.
make me mad.
I know.
All righty, Kel Butler, your pick for tonight. You're the big
I'm
time.
going to take Mr. Wood.
I figure you take yourself, Mr. Big Time Truck winner.
No,
You can tell that chain got heavy too, folks. Look, Bootler had to take it off, and Tom did.
I had to take it off. It's heavy.
It's heavy.
Let's see. We're just going line. Carl Lindstrom, your pick for tonight. This is a different track. Hard to pick.
Yeah, it is a hard track, but I'm gonna go out on a limb. He seems like he's been fast a lot of the places, but I think his first name's Jeremy and his Richmond.
Jeremy
Jeremy
Richmond.
Richmond?
Jeremy Richmond's
Yeah.
pretty good. He's
Yep.
always
Yeah.
up in the mix. That's a good pick.
Yeah,
Toilet Bowl, you've already picked. Larry Belsky.
Well, I'm gonna go way out on a limb and take Chris.
Now, don't go too far on that limb now. Easy. You talking about Chris Carroll?
Yeah.
That's a terrible pick. He don't never win.
It is. It is.
Chris Carroll, who do you got tonight?
Well, seeing as my best friend on this planet picked me, I'm gonna have to pick him. This is a
cute.
track that Larry Bell could win at. It's a track you need a lot of patience at. You need to be real cool headed. You got to not run that car in the fence. Belsky, if you run that car in the fence, I'll be yelling at you on the radio. But I'm gonna take Larry Bell.
I just want to point out, I don't care who he picked, but he said Belsky. I heard it. It's sticking, Larry Bell. It is sticking. It's working.
Yeah.
And then I guess it's down to my pick now. Am I the only one I hadn't picked? You think I would have my pick together, but I don't. I'm going to pick. I'm torn. I'm going to say his name, but may not be my full pick yet. I want to say Chris Spencer because he's been running really good, right? He was pretty good in the Truck Series race. But I also want to go out on a limb. Ronnie Morrison was fast when he kept the truck off the wall last night. He just could not. That was a task, right? And I'm not throwing shots because that's gonna be a task for me all night.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Butler. I'm going Kel Butler. He won the Truck Series race.
Okay.
He won the Truck Series race. I'm gonna look for him to win tonight. Kel, I won't wreck you. Won't touch you tonight, brother. You're my pick.
All right.
His facial expression never changes, folks. We went long. It is time for us to close up shop here tonight. Larry Bell, I want to thank you for coming on. We broke your
Thanks for having me.
silence.
Hey, Tenor, before we get off the screen here, I got a question for my bud Larry Bell there.
What do you got?
I want to know what kind of magnet he runs on that car to get people to hit him all the time. I have to know this question. I've been wondering it for like 10 years, sim racing.
It's
What kind of magnet you got on there, Larry Bell?
It's a
I
running
don't know.
joke.
Somebody else is putting it in there.
So Larry Bell will get wrecked out of every single race, and I've been over Crooked Line for 3 years now. I think he's been here for over a year. I've off top of my head thinking, I can think of 2 or 3 times he may have wrecked somebody, and one of those I think was intentional, but we'll kind of turn away on that one. Like we'll act like we didn't see it, right? But there's not very many times people spin off Larry Bell's bumper. But there's a lot of times the 43 gets spun off other people's bumpers. He's just he's their brakes, man. What can I say? He's just their brakes. Good question, Carol. Very good question.
I had to ask, man. Before
Absolutely.
we got off air, I'm never going to get him on air again, so I had to ask that question.
Yeah.
Look at Tom. Wait, Tom, grab that wheel like you were racing again, son. You were holding that thing.
What? Just, ready to go. You know what I mean?
Let's close up shop here tonight, folks. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. As always, hit that thumbs up button. Use Tom's head and headbutt it. Until next time, we'll be back here for the All-Star race next weekend. Emily's walking over here in front of me and behind me. I don't know what she's doing. But we will be back for the All-Star race next week, and then we have a break. I thought the break was today, so I'm pretty sad about that, Tom. Folks, I want to thank y'all for tuning in. Until next time, we'll see ya. You want to say it, Tom? Say it, Tom.
All you, Tanner.
Say it, Tom. Don't be a chicken. Say it. Say it. Say it.
We'll see ya.
Got him. Thank you, folks. We'll talk to you next week.